I felt led to write. I've written 5 blog posts in the past couple days about some very important subjects, and I'm going to give you a broad overview of them. You need to check out my website, gabrieltana.blog. I have that set up. I have that website set up perfectly for those people who want to know the truth in what's going on in Christianity, what's going on with the Bible, what's going on in the news, what's going on with my men and me, and it's just a very important website. It's you will get perspectives there that you won't get anywhere else. Let me tell you what I've covered in my 5 blog posts. The first blog post is entitled "The Church in Israel or the Jewish Nation Have Different Programs," and it's about. And then I talk about classic dispensationalism, which is my perspective, what I believe as a Bible-believing Christian. Those not steeped in deep Bible study can be swayed by those who claim to be Christians, but have a shallow Bible knowledge or do not practice correct interpretation of biblical passages. And if you want to avoid being tricked by the Antichrist, it's helpful to understand Bible prophecy, and dispensationalism plays a key role in that. And on this page, I've embedded and put links to sermons that I recommend for those who want to truly understand the Bible. And though I'm pegged as the crazy lady, I actually have a deep and scholarly Bible knowledge, which is very thoroughly thought out. It's kind of hard not to have this because I've read the Bible from cover to cover hundreds of times. I feature some teachers whose views are close to mine, and I seem to attract a lot of millennials, and many of these young people don't have an interest in deep Bible study. But this is dangerous and makes you easy prey to Satan's lies. I encourage my followers to learn the Bible well. Combine this with reading and or listening to my Bible for Tribulation Saints, which is the Bible Part 2, and you will be putting on some armor to deal with Satan's wiles. Knowing how to rightly divide the Bible, which is what dispensationalism is, and they talk about that in Timothy, will help you to stay on track. And though there's a time and place for Christian sermons about how to live the Christian life that don't go deep into Bible study, it's also important to understand Bible prophecy in depth, lest the Antichrist fool you. We are very close to the tribulation period. Dispensationalism plays a key role in understanding correctly Bible prophecy. I go into more detail on this page. I'll have a link to that page underneath this video. My next blog post is entitled "Forgiveness Motivated by Fear is Sinful and Cowardly." Jesus taught forgiveness, but he believes in the death penalty for unrepentant murderers. This is necessary to control the murdering sociopaths and psychopaths in our society who only care about themselves and could care less who they hurt and have no intention of stopping their murders. Actually, forgiveness is one of my strengths. I forgave the Antichrist himself, Zach Knight, when I realized he had true love in his heart for Rule 13, and as a result, I led Zach to Jesus. Unfortunately, Laurie McBride has taken his place, and Satan has found a new partner. I could forgive Laurie McBride or Melania Trump in a second if I sensed that they had any genuine love in their hearts for anyone besides themselves. But because they don't, to forgive them would be deadly and would only enable their war crimes against humanity. It would be the same as forgiving Satan. Forgiving those who are not sorry for their actions is not necessarily wise. And this is what victims of narcissists do, forgiving their narcissist masters over and over, thus enabling the narcissist to continue their abuse. And I have a whole page devoted to that topic because I sense that one of Laurie's and Melania's arguments in court is that I have a problem with forgiving them. The Bible does not, even though the Bible teaches forgiveness, the Bible is not against the death penalty, folks. And if the Bible promotes the death penalty for those who are a danger to the world, then there must be a reason. You need to check out my post about this. I go into more in depth. My next post is entitled Jesus Christ is Cool with Interracial Marriage. You might say homophobia and racism are big problems in the church. Well, I think homophobia is the greater problem between the two in the church, and that's an entirely different subject that I won't address here. But things like this happen when Christians go to the Bible to try and prove their personal beliefs rather than going to the Bible to read it objectively as the source of all truth. It is so important to interpret all Bible verses in context. This is where Christians get off balanced. Every passage you read should be interpreted considering the time period in which the passage was written, who was being addressed, why the writer was addressing this particular group, and then after doing that, you can know how to interpret the verse for your situation. I have a whole post about that. I'm mostly addressing the problem of racism in the church, which we do have a little bit of a problem of, but I don't think it's as big a problem as Lori McBride would want you to think, or Melania Trump. She's just trying to stereotype all Christians as this dangerous cult, She's the dangerous cult. Okay, but go ahead and check my post on that. And then I have another post entitled Gail, Chord, Schuler's Favorite Bible Teachers. When I listen to these guys, I really feel like I've been fed the Word of God. Having read the Bible from cover to cover hundreds of times, there aren't too many Bible teachers out there that I respect. But these belong to that group, and Brent Spiner, MD, is part of that group. I strive to find Bible teachers who will teach me the Bible correctly, not just their opinions. And these that I have in this listing, I have like Dr. Andy Woods, Arnold Fruchtenbaum, Brent Spiner, MD, and several other Bible teachers that I respect. Many of the teachers teach at Schaeffer Theological Seminary, which I believe is the seminary that is closest to my beliefs. I also have lots of respect for Dallas Theological Seminary. I really enjoy deep Bible study, and I dislike sermons that are purely topical and don't give me a lot of Bible to chew on. And this may reflect the fact, and when I talk about Bible to chew on, I'm including Bible for Tribulation Saints, which I consider Bible. So that's because Bible for Tribulation Saints has actual quotes from Jesus himself. So that's Bible. This may reflect the fact that I have genius IQ. Actually, I'm the smartest woman on the planet, according to a scan that they did from a Church of Gail IQ reader. And I like my mind to be stimulated for that reason. If you'll notice, all of the teachers, when you go check this blog out, I have all their qualifications listed, their educational backgrounds, and so forth. They all have earned doctorates in various fields, every single one of them. I consider Jesus' statements in Bible for Tribulation Saints as Bible, and I love hearing Brent Spiner, MD's take on what Jesus has said to us. He's currently a student at Dallas Theological Seminary. Okay, then I have another post called Be Careful with Newspaper Exegesis, like on Russia and Iran, Israel, etc., because clones and the rapture will change everything. What's important to realize is that Satan will do an about-face to confuse the hell out of everybody after the rapture. Israel, currently evil, will turn good. Saudi Arabia, currently evil, will turn good. Russia, currently good, will turn evil. China, currently a mixed bag, will remain a mixed bag. Iran, currently good, will turn evil. You might say, you say Iran's good? Don't believe what you're hearing in the news. I actually think that the Iranian leader is one of my supporters, which may explain just why Russia, Iran, and China have gotten together right now. And the United States and Israel right now are currently evil. I'm not saying the people in those countries are evil. I'm saying the leadership is. Melania Trump is our president, folks. It's not Donald. And she's evil. And I hear that Netanyahu is in is in an alliance with, possibly in an alliance with Lori McBride. I'm not sure about that. But even if he's not, I think he's got a similar problem like Trump. I think he's kind of like hedged in, and it's the evil people in Israel who I believe are currently running Israel right now. Just like we got the same situation in the United States. And anyways, I've got a blog post about being careful with newspaper exegesis. A lot of Christians, knowing that the Bible supports Israel, these are like dispensationalists like myself, who believe that God is not finished with Israel, that there is a future for Israel, and that she's going to be the chief nation in the millennial reign, and that God's going to be ruling from Jerusalem, and that King David will also be resurrected and back on the throne. We think just because Israel is going to be resurrected and they're going to accept their Messiah, that means we should support everything Israel does. And that's where a lot of Christians are getting a little off. And so I kind of like have an article about that, where we need to see things objectively and not allow our personal biases or religious beliefs to cloud our judgment and cause us to end up siding with evil or opposing good. And the last place on earth where you want to get the facts is mainstream news. You need to go to Gabriel Chana Fox News. But anyways, I've got a whole blog post about that. So you can't rely on, the main point that I bring up is you can't rely on mainstream news to tell you the truth. And it's mandatory that everybody read Bible for Tribulation Saints, and also follow me here at my YouTube and read my blog. So yes, I think Dr. Andy Woods, he's actually a lawyer as well as having he's got a doctor's degree from Dallas Theological Seminary, and he graduated with high honors too. Is probably the most accurate of all the Bible prophecy teachers about Ezekiel 38 and 39, which is about the battle of Gog and Magog and Russia coming down to attack Israel during the tribulation, though some people think it's at other time. I think it's going to be during the tribulation. But it must be remembered, remember this, the world is going to be drastically different after the rapture, and clones will play a major role in the tribulation. That's why people need to know what's in Bible for Tribulation Saints. Anyways, I made 5 new blog posts. That's very important for everybody to read. If you have any interest in Bible prophecy, the real news, or real justice, you need to read those posts. Lori McBride and Melania Trump, I believe, are in an alliance together, and they are currently running Israel and the United States, which means that Israel and the United States are currently evil nations in their government. I'm not talking about the people, of course. So I have some very intelligent opinions that I've put out in my blog posts, and I encourage everybody to read them. I will have links to all 5 blog posts underneath this video. And please, you can subscribe to my blog. You can like have an email subscription to my blog and keep up with my latest, because I do post a lot there. And not everything that I post at my blog do I make a YouTube video about, though I decided to make a video to let you know about these 5 posts that I just made, because I think they're very important posts and everybody should read what I have to say. I worked hard on them. I am working on the audiobook for Bible for Tribulation Saints, but Jesus also wants me to make videos and keep my followers up to date on the latest with me. So it'll be done when it's done. It might take me 2 years. Anyways, check out those blog posts, and I check out the links underneath this video.